Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough to be doing it too. Welcome aboard the Love Train. I had to feature these games today. This is pretty funny. This game in particular, this is from the IND clan. I believe that stands for something along the lines of India. These guys have been playing a lot of tournaments of late. This is Feast on the other side. This is on the Asia server. There is an Asia tournament scene. If you want to get involved, just put your hand up, start working it. This is one of the funniest freaking tournament games I've ever seen. And it's not because the gameplay is amazing. The gameplay is all right. There's an E3 on both sides. It's more about the last 3 or 4 tanks and how ridiculous the gods of RNGesus are shining upon our amigo here. It is absolutely amazing. Now, Naval Frontier, great tournament map. Generally, you see the most important part of the map is, up on the northwestern corner where things happen. But RK Hatchery is making every post a winner across the middle section of the map there. Major General Eisenhower from Feast doing the big backward step in the IS-7. It's not going to help him. The gods have blessed my amigo RK Hatchery in the biggest possible way. Every shot he is firing is going in. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Every single shot he fires for the entire game goes in. And I wish I had that kind of shot going in issue with my T110E3. But, look at this one. 620 on the move, sideways into the IS-7. Let's go get more. It's 4 on 4. Things are looking pretty grim. Things are looking tight. And he's got 3,634 damage. I often find the best way to get large amounts of damage is, you can go one shot at a time like that. Just one shot at a time. That's great. And you get a little bit of damage. The best way, though, is just to line up the shots and say, hey, RNGesus, how about you help a brother out? And just ammo rack tanks. I find ammo racking works great for doing big damage. And suddenly, we're at 5,725 damage. Now, there's only about 2,600 damage left on the table. Our mate RK Hatchery is going to get most of it. He's moved on up to 6,425 damage in a tournament game, no less. This is to win stuff. And this is where you're doing your damage. These aren't noobs. These are proper players. These are guys who are trying to play the game as a team. And RK is like, you know what? You can do whatever you want as a team. As a team, I'm just going to press the button and every single round is going to go. He's rolling 787 with AP into the back of an IS-7. RK, you glorious bastard. And then he's just going to top it off by doing a little bit of a sitting on top thing. So even when you don't fire a shell, you still manage to do great amounts of damage. And that is 8,236 damage in a tournament game. Get wrecked. That is absolutely ridiculous. Congratulations, INDS, as a clan. Wonderful stuff from you guys. Just insane. Absolutely nuts. 8,235 damage, 1,728 XP. Of course, no mastery badges or anything because it was in a tournament game. But that kind of RNG is just absolutely hilarious. I'm going to move on to another game on Naval Frontier now. This is my good amigo Psycho Vag, and he is in the VK45.02B. And this is a sterling effort again. This, however, is not a tournament game. This is a stock standard, run-of-the-mill, let's have a crack, Tier 9 battle. Now, the 4502 this is a tank that does not get enough run. It is a great tank. Now, one of the problems, obviously, in Blitz is that there are so many tanks. There's 350-odd tanks in the game, I think. And it's hard to actually get the time to run them all. But this is one that if you get the chance to grind up this line, the mouse line, and you're really looking for the mouse, and that's what most people do, they look for the mouse, don't sleep on the 4502B. It is a superb side-scraping tank. It is a proper frontline heavy. It's rear-mounted, which means it can get amazingly good angles on a very, very long chassis. It struggles gun depression-wise, but you would think it would struggle gun depression-wise because it is rear-mounted. Of course, that doesn't apply to tanks like the Lupus because they're just broken. But still in all, it is a great tank, a great drive, and a fun tank with a very, very strong upper glacis, strong turret, strong everything, really. And it's being driven strong. Doesn't get more frontline than this, does it? Psycho couldn't get through down low, so he did the next best thing and went high, zipped around, and then said, "Hi, hello guys, I'm right here," and got stuck right in with two big rolls in the lower glacis of that E75. He's really watching his 6 too. He's very, very aware of what's going on around him. That Borsig up top is a little bit of a worry, but he thinks he might be able to sneak a peek here. Can he find the Borsig? Nah, good work. Very well done. Can find, though, the E75. That shot won't go in every day, but when it does go in, just, you know, hats off. Just bow to the crowd and keep moving on. Look at him moving that upper glacis out, using it like a shield, putting it in a position where he knows the Borsig should be around there, but he just wants to clear this Lerva. Gets a wonderful, wonderful bounce there. The Borsig, now that is not absolutely guaranteed, but this is a tough tank for any tier 8 to pen, even a TD. It's got an awfully large amount of armor at the front. And it wasn't a huge surprise that that Borsig got taken out of the play there. However, there's still plenty of meat left on the bone. The Borsig is a one-shot with HE, if they can get that on. And look at this, just moving forward. Squeeze another one in. Oh, nearly rolls him within 7 hit points. And then up to the rock here, scooting across. He's exposing the big open sides of the 4502B, but he'd love to clear this because look what's left in the kettle. Two of those tier 8s are going to struggle to even pen him. If you can get rid of the Borsig, then it's only really the 4502B from the other team that's going to be able to give him stick. The Borsig's a big worry. Oh, hang on, you can't pass an open shot like that. That T34 is just not in the same weight division. He runs a very, very large gun with very, very crap gun handling and pen numbers, and he is going to struggle to do anything to the Psycho. Big shot into the back of the 4502B, pumping up the damage, 3.652. You might remember we had 3,652, I think it was, for the T110E3 when he was in nearly exactly the same spot on exactly the same map. Now that 4502B only had the stock gun. He did not have the top end gun. That makes a big, big difference. So if you hadn't known that, Psycho might have been a little more aggressive in pushing down there. Regardless, he's still got an awful lot of work to do here. 2 tanks left. You've got that 34-2. He is going to, you'd have to think he's going to be a real struggle to pen. Someone is in B cap. And this is where you love driving a tank like the 45. It's big, it's bolshy, it can be aggressive, it can bully both these medium tanks. They're going to have to get side shots on for it to actually work here. And that STA1, he might have enough pen to do it. He had to fire Pramo to get that into it, looks like. There's a 34-2. There's no need for Psycho to blow this. He is up on cap points. There's still 2.5 minutes left to go. He's going to do the smart thing and go back around here. And wow, you think that 34-2 is happy to see him right now? I would suggest not. Also, being a rear-mounted tank, the 4502B can be quite difficult to COD for a tank with its size and, well, its traverse details, like its traverse numbers. If you're getting around the tank, the turret isn't mid to front mounted, it's at the rear, which means you've got to go further to actually get out of the line of sight if they start tracking you from up ahead. It's all on the STA1 now. There is nothing that Psycho needs to do apart from just mosey on around this cap, make sure it doesn't get taken. STA1 knows that. He has to push up, and he runs into what must be a wonderful big tomato. Looking at this thing from the perspective of, look at him, the poor guy. Like, what's he going to do? Absolutely Buckleys of penning this. And then to add insult to injury, a big high roll with a fire, and it's all over. 5,721 damage. Really good job by Psycho Vag there. I loved particularly the way he moved the tank around the battlefield without exposing any of the weak points. It's not so much the damage he did, or the damage he bounced, but it's the fact that so many people just didn't take shots at him because he didn't give any easy shots. And I think half the time with heavy tanks particularly, That's one of the problems that you run into. People just don't put the best part of their armor profile forward. This, however, is a whole different kettle of fish. I really love this game. This is the T3485 Rudy. This is my good mate Scumbag Juju's guilty pleasure. This is the tank he loves to play just about above all others. The Rudy makes credits. Not only does it make credits, it can spit out big ass numbers in terms of damage, and it can even bounce a few shots. And the Rudy here has been up tier to a tier 8 game. So he's gone what would probably be one of the most overpowered positions in the game. This middle area here, if you get this middle area and it's not contested by the red team, you will have your pick of the board. And that's exactly what's happened. The red team has gone the flank. That Drac should be over here trying to stop everyone and spot everyone. But because he's not, this Rudy, this Batchat, this 49, they've had the ability to just pick and choose their spots. However, apart from, I mean, look at that T29. That is, people don't give the upper glacis of the T29 nearly enough credit. It is a very strong heavy tank, not just the turret, but both sides. The turret and the chassis really do are top shelf. The other thing the Rudy has going for it is its firepower. It's a nice blend of 85mm gun and rate of fire. You'll get up to just over 13 rounds a minute before you drop the adrenaline. And when you drop adrenaline, that goes all the way down to a 3.8 second reload. The reason the blend is good is because most of your high rate of fire guns at this tier are 75mm guns, which means they do 160 alpha. The Rudy gets a 200 alpha 85mm gun, which is really, really valuable. It means that you get that little bit of extra juice when you only get that one shot on the target. So instead of landing a 160 alpha shot, you're landing a 200 alpha shot. And yet it doesn't lose out a lot on DPM. It still has outstanding damage per minute numbers. Our Amigo hasn't moved, and he's only done 611 damage thus far. And that might sound like a bit of a paltry effort, but there's only been 2.5 minutes of game time, and he is still in an ideal position. I mean, this is still the mayor's office. It's got an overlook on absolutely everything. There should be plenty of opportunities to actually put shots in. This tank here is a big, big worry for him. And I'm not sure why that 49 didn't push down earlier. It certainly would have been good news. He would have copped another one from the Black Prince anyway, but as it is, it's not like the Black Prince missed him. And now the 49 has had to go down underneath and is looking to flank around the top of the cap. And this is where things get very, very sticky. And the Black Prince does a great job by making the T49 a one-shot before he gets cleared, and he has a bit of a giggle for it. It is 1 on 5. Things look incredibly grim. In fact, if you were backing this Amigo here, that's a clutch bounce, man. That's a clutch bounce. And here comes an SP1C. Clear that tank. T20's over there. We've got to clear another tank. Yes, thank you. Oh, right between the kisser, and he's got to push. Got to push. No choice here. No choice whatsoever. The AT is coming up behind him, and lo and behold, the T20, for some reason, was tracking him all the way across the other side of the map. The IS-2 misses a massive derp effort. Just a massive derp effort. And look at the Rudy. Just goes. He just beats the IS to the reload. The AT, all he has to do is push around this corner, but he just can't get around the corner quick enough. And I don't know where in the world the other tank on the red team has gone, but things that look absolutely ridiculous, like they're never going to happen, may suddenly happen. There's the T29. He's just rolled up, and our Amigo is now on the cusp of like an insane Kolobanov, an absolutely insane Kolobanov. Everything that could go right for him has gone right. He wasn't getting the RNG at the start of the game, but he sure as hell is getting the RNG at the end of the game. He's had bounces, he's had shot missed. The T29 could screw this up. He has to be careful. He doesn't have great traverse. If the Rudy gets on his back, it's only 3 good shots and he is wiped. He's in a really sticky situation because, look, let's be honest. He should have been... Oh, and he's chosen a terrible, terrible route. He's pushed off into the middle of the bridge and he can't get the gun down. And even as we speak, he is panicking. He is absolutely panicking. That gun, then he bounces the top. And this is it. This is it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you freaking kidding me? Not the biggest damage game you've ever seen, but Stormtrooper of Death from the Vader clan pulls out one of the most ridiculous Kolobanovs, the most unlikely wins I've seen all month. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you didn't enjoy that last game, I don't know what to tell you. Make sure you look after yourselves. We'll be doing Patreon streams. If you want to know what the Patreon is, it's patreon.com/Bushka on Blitz. Come and join up there. We've got a really good Telegram community going on. Lots of people, lots of Discord channels, streaming action, lots of giggle, lots of fun, lots of laughs, and lots of chatter. Until next time, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.